Welcome to the best YouTube recap of Grand Chess Tour Croatia Day 1 Rapid. So after Day 1, you can see the top players are playing in Zagreb, Croatia. NepoMatchtchi is leading with 2.5. You have a bunch of players at 1.5. And at the bottom of the table after Day 1, Anish Giri and Jordan Van Forest had a tough day in the office. So now the game I want to show you today is NepoMatchtchi, the challenger for Magnus Carlsen in November for the World Championship, against Mamedyarov, a very strong player from Azerbaijan. So now what you will not see in the other recap available on the web is I will show you a picture of the game. This was during the game. Nepo is on the left, Mamedyarov is on the right, and they're playing the round 2, that game that I'm gonna go over today. So that's the position. Nepo is white in here, and he didn't think that long and play f4, chasing the knight. The knight retreat, and d6 is hanging, so he took d6, his pawn up. So he thought he was doing very well, but then Shaq played b4, and that's where trouble starts for white. So why is that, you may ask? Well, let's move the knight. Knight takes on e4. Well, you kind of have to take here. You take back, and you're attacking a1 and e3, and white is losing a piece. So after b4, moving the knight is not great because knight e4 here, attacks here. If you don't take the knight, the bishop anyway is opening up on the diagonal. So b4 was a strong move. So here, what did NepoMatchtchi do? So, well, I'm going to give a piece. e5, take, and of course you cannot take here on f6 because the bishop is hanging. So he took back here. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pawns versus 5. But black is a piece up. So black moves the knight. g4. Bishop f8 attacking the queen. Queen retreat on d2 and knight g7. So now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3. But you have 2 extra pawns. So is that enough? There's no checkmate, right? If you look at the king over here, there's no way to directly attack the king yet. So 95 played. The knight is center here. And I would say white has compensation, but it's not clear cut. And here, very big mistake. So right move was bishop b7, but black played f6. So let's take a look. If black had played the right move, bishop b7, then you do rook a d1, the knight comes in, f5, knight d4, and the problem is you cannot take on d4, because if you take and take, you have bishop c5. So that would be the way to continue, still a complex game. Instead, f6 play, and that is a bad move. Let's see why. Well, rook a d1, activating the rook, take here, and f5. And now that knight on d5 is actually a monster knight. So now if you were to take here, then bishop g5 attacking the queen has actually no square to go. So this is forced, take, rook e5, and the knight here is pinned because you would win the queen and you are winning for white. So f5 was a very strong move. And by playing f6, the king on g8 is now weaker. So finally, bishop b7 played. That's a bit too late. Bishop g5. And let's continue the game. And here, that's a key moment here. So black is willing to give the exchange because if you take on d8, black would take back, and now you have a bishop here to defend. So what is white to do here? A brilliant move. That's why I wanted to show you this game. There's a brilliant move here for white. And in this position, white uncorked 9b6. Now what is the idea? If you take on b6, bishop f6 attacking the king. And if you don't take on b6, then I'm going to take myself on d7 and I'm attacking this knight. So 9b6 played, bishop f6, black blocks here, and next, what was white idea here? Now, once again, I will show you what happened in the game. That's the exact position that you can see on screen. This is Nepo on the left. That was taken from the game today. And you have the bishop on f6, the bishop on g7. You have the DGT board where the game took place. So now, what is the solution here? Solution, queen takes. So queen takes again. And here, the best move was rook take. And the whole idea over here is that you cannot take back on the 8 because you're going to promote with the queen. So you would do take, take. You cannot take on the 8 because you're going to promote. So 97 would protect f8, bishop here, and knight here. But you're winning because you have one rook and the f7 pawn is critical for white to win. So instead here, NepoMatchtchi played bishop d8, which is still good. They exchange and play a similar line. So once again, you cannot take here because I'm going to take back. And if you take here, I'm going to promote and win another piece, the bishop g7. So knight f8 took over. Let's continue. And now black is tied up because of the f7 pawn. So white, the game continued. White had the advantage because it takes too long to capture the pawn. So yes, black captured the pawn, but now check, check, and you have the rooks here on the 7th rank, and you are comfortably winning. So let's see how the game ended. Now white has a rook for 2 pieces, but the problem is it's very hard to defend against a very simple plan to promote your a pawn. The black pieces are not coordinated. And here, black resigned. So again, the whole game was about this key position where f6 was played, and in this position, the massive move, knight b6, a tactical move that Shaq missed with black. And with this, that will conclude the recap. This is the winner who was interviewed at the end of the game. He's using this tournament for warm-up for his preparation against the world champion. And with 2.5 out of 3, it has a very powerful first day in the office. He's really sharp, playing great chess, attacking chess. So that was great. And I will show you the standing here. NepoMatchtchi is in the lead after day 1. We'll see if he can continue to maintain his lead day 2. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.